Hello, Nomads, and welcome to the Nomads of Fantasy podcast, your weekly video game and movie club where we make any universe our home. This week, we're doing a catch-up of July of 2024. I know, summer's flying by, man. Yeah, we're going to talk about what we've been playing, watching, doing, all that stuff for the past month or so. I'm not alone, though. I have with me Dave.
Player 3 has inserted a coin.
And
ding, 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 that's me.
And that's all we have. We have no player 2. We have player 1 and player 3. Brandon is on vacation this week, so me and Dave doing a little catch up, which excited to get into some stuff. We got some couple things to talk about. Dave, you said you've had some gripes to air, so
yeah.
Do we want to start with that?
I don't want to start off with the gripes. Let's start off with the good stuff.
Let's start with something good.
I have been playing Nintendo World Championships NES Edition.
This looks so fun. I haven't picked it up yet, but it looks really fun.
It is like a speed run kind of challenge game, I would call it, where you're playing a whole bunch of old NES games and you're trying to do these little bite-sized challenges within them as fast as you can. So, example of one of the earliest ones is Mario World 1-1.
Yep.
Get the first mushroom as fast as you can, and you'll figure out. We've all played that level like a million times. And it's weird, just like the things that people figure out how to do, whether it's like jumping backwards and then going forwards and then bouncing off of the Goomba and hitting the thing, or trying to knock it back to yourself. You figure out pretty quickly what goes on. You figure out a lot of dirty tricks that people do to kind of their way, cut corners in some of these challenges. But it's pretty cool. You can go single player through all the challenges. You go by game. I think there's like 8 or 10.
It's all classic NES stuff, right?
Yeah, you got your Metroid, you got your Zelda 1 and 2, Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3,
Kid Icarus.
Kid Icarus. Yeah, which I never really got into.
No, me neither.
Much, but like the Donkey Kong. And some of the levels they'll give you, like if it's a tougher challenge, they'll because one of the ones I did today was beat Super Mario Brothers 1 using the warp pipes. So you got to go from 1 to 4 to 8 and get through. And it makes it pretty quick and easy because if you die, it just rewinds you like 3 seconds and then you just keep going.
Yep.
So you don't have to worry about losing lives and having to continue and start over and all that kind of crap. So stuff like that, they'll give you like these little tip boards, challenge boards, and they'll show you kind of like, hey, you got to hit these jumps. Hey, you got to hit these warp pipes. This is how you get through the last castle. And they kind of just let you go. And so you kind of figure it out and you just kind of run as fast as you can. Those are in like some of the singles. You can do like challenges with other people from around the world. And I don't like Nintendo. This was my gripe. Their online just sucks.
It's the
so
weird
hard.
Nintendo shit. Yep.
It sucks so hard. Like even just side adventure here. We'll get into the shitty part. Trying to just navigate Nintendo's store to buy games. They have a sale that's going on right now that's got like a ton of stuff going on. And when you like disconnect your controller, you see like the 3 ads on the side.
Yeah.
I saw a game I wanted to buy. I forgot the name. I just knew what the card looked like. That is just like trying to find a needle in a goddamn haystack in that store.
They have not updated that eShop since they launched the Switch. Like it's been the same ever since they launched back in fucking 2016 or whatever.
Given like
there's like no filtering. You have to search like the exact name to find what you're looking for. Like they bump like the more popular games. They float those towards the top of like most popular or whatever. Like if you see your Marios, your Zeldas up there, but if you're looking for like an indie game, you gotta like dig through all the shit.
Yeah, and like the tiles don't load quickly. I might be too far away from my router or something, but like the store is just so slow loading.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, they put stuff towards the top, and they won't sell Nintendo, the family company. They'll sell all the fucking hentai puzzle games they possibly can with like anime chicks with their titties hanging out. And
Switch eShop has tons of those fucking games. It's crazy.
So much weird shit on there. I bought a game for 20 cents today.
What was it?
Who sells a game for 20 cents? It was like a lunch packing game where you have like a lunch in there, and you gotta put your sandwich and your yogurts and your milks in there, and you gotta put them in like a
Okay,
certain
I'm into it.
sections and angles. Like 20 cents, like you spend more on a gumball.
Right.
Like I will spend it money on that. So the eShop just sucks so hard though to get
Yeah.
through. Like I never did find the game. I was looking for like an hour and a half. I bought 4 other games, but I did not find the one that I wanted and actually
Jesus
was
Christ.
looking for. So sorry
Oh.
for the little sidetrack there. Fucking Nintendo's online.
Have you, so with the NES World Championship stuff, have you traditionally been into like speed running type stuff or interested in that
No,
stuff?
no, never really. Like I know like how people do it where they
Mm-hmm.
like find holes in the memory or something like that, and they figure out how to like cheat the graphics and stuff like that. I saw somebody. It's like when you're doing a challenge, you just so they have like these weekly tournaments where like everybody just submits your time. You don't see where you rank in the rankings. You just see I got this mushroom on level
Right.
1 in 2.93 seconds, and you just kind of cross your fingers and hope. They do have. There's one thing that I heard is that like you can't see your friends' rankings,
That's so
like you can't
stupid.
challenge your
So
friends and
stupid.
stuff like that, which seems asinine because
That's the
like I
whole,
did.
with these games, that's the whole point. Like you want to compete with your friends, compare your times
Yeah,
and shit.
exactly.
Yeah. Stupid.
Rub it in their face. Have little like inner community tournaments or little side tournaments or
Yeah,
something like that.
exactly.
So like when you're doing the online stuff, you can do a survival mode where it'll be like the first 5 challenges, and it's kind of like Fall Guys, where like the top 4 make it, the top 2 make it, and then you play one more, and whoever wins wins. But I don't know with Nintendo's online. I'm assuming you're just racing other people's ghosts.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like I've seen like Giant Bomb playing this on stream and stuff, and
Okay.
that's what it seems like. Like you're not actually competing head to head with a real person on the other end. It's just, yeah, you're racing other people's ghosts and their times and stuff.
Which sucks some of the fun out of it.
Right. Yeah, it's
Um,
it's classic Nintendo with their online stuff. It doesn't feel fully baked.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a great idea, and I'm hoping to God they add more games to this, which would be super awesome.
If they add more support for like friend leaderboards and like other stuff, that people have been complaining about, I'd be more likely to pick it up because it's
Hmm.
like $40, right?
It was 30.
30? Okay. 30's not a bad price
That's
point
right in
for
there.
something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
I just happen to have a whole bunch of those like online eShop coins.
Oh yeah.
I had like $10 in coins, so I'm like, all right, I can cash these in and get this. Might as well.
I'm curious if something like that, I mean Nintendo's always stingy with their sales with their first party stuff. They're never below like $20 off, but if this goes on sale for like $20, I would definitely pick it up.
I think yeah, at some point it will. There's 13 games in here. I forgot about like Balloon Fight, Ice Climber, Kirby.
I'm also
Uh,
curious with Nintendo's history of supporting their online functionality. I'm hoping this gains enough traction where they're, support it for a while, but we'll see. I don't
that
know
would
how
be
many
sweet.
I don't know how many people, like, this seems like such a niche thing. I don't know how many people I don't know if this is going to be a big seller.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I jump in and I did the challenges for the week, which kind of cool because I saw you can see your rankings in the world tournament, and I'm like 20,000th or 16,000th or
Right.
whatever in my spot. And there's everybody on the leaderboard has the exact same time as me, so who knows how many people are
Yeah,
timed for that
exactly.
exact same. It's all the people that don't know like the shortcuts are probably doing it as fast as they can, like the normal way, and
Yeah.
then like there's a big chunk of us, and then the little group at the top. But you can see your rankings by your birth year too on your account.
Yeah, that's a funny one. I like that.
So that I mean that's a cool because other dudes in their 40s. I'd like to see how I
Right?
stack with my peers.
Okay,
So
well,
I think
I think the main demographic for this game is dudes in their 40s
yeah, pretty much
who
probably.
played these games
Hey,
when they're kids.
the physical version of this game actually looks pretty sweet too because you
Mm-hmm.
get a gold old NES cartridge. You get a
Yeah,
couple pins,
it's like a
and
replica cartridge of the NES Championships one, which
the
is like one
physical
of the
edition
most
is
rare cartridges, that's out there these days.
yeah. It comes with like little stickers of like the covers of all the games too, or
Yeah,
little posters
that's
or whatever
cool.
you want to call it.
Yep.
Some pins, and it's only $60. It's not like $120
Oh,
like
that's cool.
special edition thing. It's like just the price of a regular game.
Something like that would be worth. That's like a fun collector's thing. That would be worth
Yeah,
getting physical edition.
yeah, yeah. So that's cool. I look forward to seeing other people in there because it is fun, and pray to God that they just add some Mike Tyson's Punch Out, add some Ninja Gaiden,
Yeah.
add some Bayou Billy. I don't know, whatever. Just start grabbing some of those anything old that you can get. You still have a license to, and just start making. Some games only have like 12 challenges to them. So
I
Excite
would.
Bike,
Yeah.
surprisingly, isn't a surprisingly deep game. It's just
Right.
racing and memorizing. So
When I saw this and when they announced it, I was hoping it was one of those like free things with the online subscription because they did like the Tetris 99 and like the F-Zero 99, all those games. This seemed like similar vein where they would like put it out on the eShop for free for people that subscribe to the online service. But
it would be perfect for that.
yeah, I
It's
was hoping to jump in.
Those 99 games that they put on there, those are using servers, and people are
Right.
racing against each other live on there. So those aren't even making any money.
No,
So
I
who
know.
knows, but
Tetris 99
no, it's cool.
is good.
Yeah, it's a cool game. It's a cool way to throw back, make those old games interesting again. So I recommend that if you see it on sale. All right, what have you been up to?
What's your experience with the Metal Gear series, Dave?
Oh goodness. Well, there was the NES game.
Oh yes, the original Metal Gears.
I think at some point somebody tried to talk me into playing them back when they did like the GameCube remakes.
Yeah.
And I own that, but I don't think I got more than like 10, 20 minutes into it, and I was just like, nah, fuck this.
Okay. All right. Well,
so not much.
I'll tell you my experience. I've had a Metal Gear Solid renaissance. Like it's been, I have been wanting to at least check out the games, just because it's such a huge series, such a popular series that I've been wanting to like play through them and at least maybe not play through all of them, just check some of them out.
I was gonna say, like, where does it start? Where do you start?
So basically, what happened was, I was telling you about this a little bit before, but Giant Bomb had this old series on their site called Metal Gear Scanlan, where it was Drew Scanlan playing through all the Metal Gear games for the first time. Dan Reichert was kind of guiding him through since he's like the Metal Gear expert. So that was locked behind like a paywall for like 10 years on like Giant Bomb Premium. So they just put out the entire series on YouTube for free on their YouTube channel. So I've been going through those and watching them because I know.
How many are there?
Well, they did all the mainline games, which there's 5 Metal Gear Solid games, plus the spin-offs. There's like Revengeance and like there's a couple other ones too. So there's a lot of them.
It's not even a word.
No, they just made shit up. That's all of Metal Gear. They just make shit up. But so I watched like the first 2 seasons of that, like through Metal Gear 1 and 2, Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. And I was enjoying the heck out of that, and it really put me in a mood to actually pick up and play these games. Sure. So I started with Metal Gear Solid 5, which is a very odd starting point, but it's the most...
That's the last one?
Yeah, it's the most modern one. It's on PlayStation 4. I had it. So, like, I don't know. It was back in, like, 2017. I started it, and, like, I picked up my old save, and it said I had only played 2 hours on it.
That
so
sounds like me.
I basically... I did the intro, so I picked that back up, and I was really enjoying that a lot. Like, just the mechanics of it. The open world is so fun just to play around in. So I played a bit of that. Like, I don't know.
What system was that out on? That was
PlayStation 4.
Okay.
I'm playing on the PS5, and
gotcha. Okay.
It's still like for a game came out in like 2015, 20 something like that. I think it was somewhere around there, 2014, 2015. And that game still looks incredible. Like it looks really, really good. Plays really, really good. Super fun. And that gave me, I played like 8 hours of that or so. So I want to continue with that. But I wanted to go back and play like Metal Gear Solid 1, but I had just sort of watched the original PlayStation 1 one. So I've been playing, like you mentioned, the GameCube remake, which is called the Twin Snakes. Okay. So that's the GameCube remake of the first Metal Gear Solid game. And I just started that recently, and I've been having a great time with it. It's hard as hell. Like, I was not prepared for how difficult those games would be, because, like, if you get spotted once, you're basically fucked. Like, the
That's
once
kind of why I bounced off of these games,
it
because it's
it
just
it
like,
takes patience for sure. Like if you gotta sort of plan your approach, be stealthy, take out guys one by one. I mean, it's very stealth focused. So if you don't like that, then you're probably not gonna have a good time. You can't really go in guns blazing in these games because once someone spots you, they call on their buddies, and then there's like 5 guys surrounding you, and you're gonna die within like 2 seconds.
hmm
But just figuring out those tactical approaches, using all your different tools because you have like your tranquilizer gun, you have, you can do like CQC, like the close quarters combat, like choke a guy out, or
okay.
you can do a little punch kick combo and knock him out.
They
So
get the balloon that takes them off into the sky.
that's in Metal Gear Solid 5, which is really fun.
Oh, okay.
That's how you build, like the whole point of that game is like you're building up your base. So with that like balloon thing, you're basically recruiting those people to your base to like work for you, which is a cool mechanic.
That's
But
weird.
yeah, I've been having some fun with Metal Gear. It's a series that has always eluded me. Like I've never really taken, the time to get into it, but I don't know. Now seems like the right time
There are
since I don't,
a
it just
lot of these games
yeah.
too.
Yeah, man. I'm not planning to play through all of them, which is why I was watching other people play through them just cuz I wanted to experience the story and everything and like dig into the fucking weird ass lore. I just think it's fun. Been a fun time.
Like, how is there Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes and Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain? Are
I
those
don't fuck.
DLCs?
No, Ground Zeroes was like a precursor to the
The
full
big boy?
Metal Gear
Okay.
Solid 5 game. Like
Man, so much.
it wasn't exactly a demo, but like it was a separate story, but it was only a couple hours long, leading
Oh, okay.
into Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
there's a lot going on here.
there is definitely a lot going on. But I'm into it. Just fucking full on Kojima storytelling is pretty it's insane. But I'm having a good time with it. Like
Yeah, I
a
wish
ton
I
of it
got
is
into more Kojima stuff. I never got into, what is it, Death Stranding?
yeah, yeah, I never
Like, I
did
never
either.
got into that one. So
But like
everybody talks about what a genius he is, but I just
it's a lot of
never
it
had
is
to gotten to
fucking
witness it.
bullshit nonsense, but it's fun. Like it's in a fun way. And
Sure.
I'm along for the ride. So I just wanted to share my Metal Gear experience
Well,
over
that's
the
cool.
past month.
I would be interested in watching it with you if you end up streaming it one of these nights or something like
Yeah,
that.
that would be fun.
I'd pop in and just be a horse on the fly on the wall, horse on the wall.
Horse on the
What do you
wall.
call it?
And they're doing that remake of Snake Eater, which is Metal Gear Solid 3, which
Okay.
also looks awesome. Like released a trailer a couple months ago for like showing actual gameplay and stuff, and it looks pretty
It's a dude
incredible.
crawling around in the mud.
Basically, yep, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So,
that's cool.
yep, that's
Nice.
Metal Gear for you.
Well, I got something that's fresh and new.
Let's hear it.
I went to the movies this
The
weekend.
cinema.
Yes, I went out to your local Regal Cinema and I went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine.
Nice.
Um,
Okay.
I haven't seen a Marvel movie in the theaters in a bit. I guess. Oh no, I guess the Marvels was the last time I saw a Marvel movie, so
I
it's
think
not too long ago.
the last one I saw in theaters was Endgame. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
been that long.
um. Yeah, and this one's a lot more Deadpool. I hope you like Ryan Reynolds and his quips and his sassiness, which I mean goes perfectly so well with the character. So I didn't mind it really at all. But
How's Hugh in it?
there's a lot of it. He was fantastic actually. Because there's been so many X-Men and Wolverine movies and all sorts of stuff. Like they all start to blend in at this point. Um, but they do a good recap of where it ended off in Logan, and Deadpool starts there, and
So
has his same attitude and same tone.
I didn't see Logan, but in the timeline, this takes place after that.
Technically, that's what they say, but I don't
Okay.
know. It's a Deadpool movie. I can't really
Okay.
take anything that happens in it terribly
True.
seriously.
That is true.
Because there's there'll be Hugh Jackman will be like delivering like a gut wrenching soliloquy, just talking about what a piece of shit he is as his Wolverine from wherever he is from, and then fucking Ryan Reynolds will start making butthole jokes, or there'll be all sorts of weird stuff like that. So it's a good Hugh Jackman as like the straight guy, and then Deadpool as like the comedic guy, and
Yeah.
you know how like you got like Lethal Weapon, and you got those buddy cop movies or
Oh
whatever,
yeah.
where you got the straight guy and then the funny guy,
I
and
mean, that's
boom.
smart. That's smart of them to do because, like, I mean, I enjoyed the first two Deadpool movies, but like you said,
Mhm.
Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool especially can be a lot for an entire movie. So having
Oh
that
yeah.
balance with the more serious character, I think would help a lot with that.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited
and
to see it. I probably won't see it in theaters,
I
but
I don't want to spoil anything, but I would get your ass to the theaters because there's so much stuff that is getting spoiled already. I don't
oh
want you to
really?
have things spoiled.
I haven't seen it. I mean, I'm not really
Don't
on social media that
like
much at
I didn't
all, so
even I wasn't even looking for spoilers. I know what this comic book guy is, and clicked on something and immediately was spoiled. So really wish I did not see that. Um, but there's a lot going on in this movie, and it kind of moves the whole universe forward, I guess, a little bit. There was the Robert Downey Jr. news about
oh
Doctor Doom
yeah.
this weekend too, which I mean, I get it. Like you got to go with the tried and true, and Robert
I'm
Downey is
guessing
loved among fans, so
they
they'll figure it out.
they have to be doing some like multiverse thing with that, like
It's more multiverse stuff, which
because like you can't just have Robert Downey Jr. in that movie and not have any connection to the Iron Man character.
yeah, it'll be some universe where Iron Man's a dickhead
Yeah,
and he turns
exactly.
into Doctor Doom and
Right.
starts fucking stuff up. So that's pretty standard. Yeah, but yeah, Deadpool didn't. It's got like it's getting beat up on Metacritic. It's got like a 56 on Metacritic and like a 80 on Rotten
I
Tomatoes,
understand. I mean,
which
I don't think the other
I could
Deadpool
see
movies did well with critics either. So
yeah, I don't. I was gonna say I don't see critics really coming out in droves for this one,
yeah.
but no, it was fun. Like especially if you're in the Marvel verse and you've got your head wrapped around like Fox buying, starting with the X-Men and moving to this. There's like tons of jokes about like Fox and hey, you fucked up my character and now I'm back here and fuck you guys, and there's
It's good.
tons of inside jokes, and like because I kind of want to go see it again because there was that much stuff. And then I listened to our buddies over on the Best of the Rest podcast
Mm-hmm.
where they did a breakdown of Deadpool and Wolverine, and they went through
Sweet.
all of the stuff that happened in it. And yeah, there's just like there's so many lines, so many quips, so many one-liners that I got to see it again and catch up on that. But yeah, I would get your booty out to the movies.
Yeah, I have not seen any spoilers, but like I said, I roll around on social media that much at all. So, uh,
It's not gonna be long.
yeah.
Don't wait too long.
I mean, I can't even remember the last Marvel thing that I watched. Period. Um, I
No,
I don't even know what it would have been. Like WandaVision? I don't know. It's been a long time since I
probably.
watched
Yeah.
Marvel stuff.
This one had
But
a budget of 200 million, and it made it all back in the first weekend,
not surprised.
which
Surprised.
I guess it just bashed records for like the highest grossing rated R movie of all time in the first
Wow.
weekend. I
Okay.
think it was top six of like all movies for opening weekend of all time. It was a pretty bonkers weekend for Marvel here. So
Feel bad for Twisters that came out.
more Twisters.
It
Now you
came
want to
out
go up
the
against
same
Deadpool.
weekend.
Twisters aren't as exciting as the Merc with the
No.
Mouth. So
But I've been hearing good things about Twisters also, like from people who are fans of the original movie, which I like the original movie. And I haven't seen it.
yeah,
I was a kid probably, but um the stuff that people have been saying about Twisters has me more interested in seeing. Again, probably won't see it in theaters, but I'll watch it when it out.
it's a Twister. Yeah, that one someday.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good for Deadpool. What else you got over there?
Yeah, I haven't really been playing much new. A lot of more old stuff, but something that I've been playing co-op with the wife, which has been nice.
Ooh,
Stardew Valley. Been dipping into the co-op for
Nice.
that.
That's fun. You have to start a new farm.
Yep. So I had my own farm, which I haven't played Stardew in a while. I don't know, I got decently far. I made it through a couple seasons, or a couple years,
Years?
I should say. Maybe like 1 or 2 years. So I didn't get like super far by myself. So yeah, she started a farm like we're playing on Switch. She started one on her own profile and then invited me into co-op because she started playing it on her phone because apparently it's on Apple
Oh, is
Arcade.
that? I was gonna say it sounds like a Netflix game or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Apple Arcade. So I saw she was like, I was been playing this farming game called Stardew Valley, and I'm like,
Oh, she found
Stardew Valley, fuck yeah, I want to play like.
what?
Fuck, screw that on the phone. We should play co-op on the Switch. And she's like, all right. So she started one on the Switch. Yeah, we've been
That's
playing.
funny. She found it completely independently from
Right. She didn't. She
any
had
sort of.
no idea. Well, it's funny because we went in on her profile to start a new farm, and there was already a farm there with like 37 minutes of playtime from like
Oh,
6 years ago. So I think I showed it to her and tried to get her into it
okay.
a long time ago. So yeah, she found it again on her own, and then I'm like, well, fuck, they added co-op since then, so let's just start a farm and play co-op
Hell
together.
yeah.
It's so much better co-op because you can split all the duties, like all the farming duties,
Oh yeah, you can go
especially
way
with the
faster.
like the watering and the planting. And I'm like, she can do the watering, and I'm like, today I'm just gonna go into the mines and
I was just
fucking
gonna
dig
say,
for some ore.
babe, I'll be out at the mines.
Right,
Just have a good dinner ready for me when I get back.
tend to the farm, will you? I'm gonna go fight these slimes and get some ore.
Yeah, you know.
But it works out perfectly because yeah, you can kind of I'll go into town and buy some seeds while she's watering. I'll come back, plant another row of fucking parsnips or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Go catch some fish, So it's been really fun. We've been enjoying it. I've been wanting to
I
do co-op for a long time.
I try playing co-op with the kids, and it is the way that kids play that
Yeah.
game. There's just like it just drives every little OCD thing in
Yes.
me crazy. There's
Absolutely.
like part of a fence over here, part of a fence there. There's a treasure chest in the middle of this pathway over here. It's just
Dude,
like
yeah. I couldn't
random
do
stuff
it.
is just everywhere.
I'm the
It's
same
yeah.
way. I gotta have all my fucking shit like super organized into rows, into nice
Hmm.
rows. Fucking, chicken coop has to be in line with the other stuff. Gotta clear all this shit out. So yeah, yeah,
That's
I
good.
get that, but
No, it's a great game to play with the significant other because you
it's
got
it's
plus you get
easy
like that
too,
shared experience, the shared story that you're
right?
going through together.
And
You
the
know.
like the controls aren't difficult to learn. I mean, she's not a gamer, but like you pick it up, you swap
Are you
between your
playing
tools.
sideways controller? Or are you
No,
playing
we
with
each
like
have.
separate?
Yeah, we each have. She's got the pro controller. I have like an 8-bit controller that I'm using.
Oh,
So,
okay, yeah,
so
that's
we
way
each got
easier.
our full controllers, which
That's
is
nice.
nice. So yeah, it's been a really really fun time. It's relaxing at the end of the day to spend like an hour just fucking go through a couple days on the farm and get through. We're almost through the first season, so yeah, it's been fun.
Okay, yeah, especially when now you got somebody that shares responsibilities. So like,
Yeah,
my kid's just like, nah, fuck it, I'm not gonna water the plants today. I'm like, what?
it's all gonna die. What are you talking
You
about?
have to water it every single day. No,
Unless it
that's
rains.
that's cool. Yeah, that's true.
And
That's
then
my day.
but yeah, man. It's been really fun.
There was just another update that they recently put out not too long ago, I want to say, where they added a whole bunch of stuff to it. A lot of like end game stuff that
Oh yeah, I
was
think I heard about that. And the guy who
but
made it is working on his next game, which I've been hearing a lot about. It's
something about a chocolate
the,
factory
the
or
haunted chocolatier, yes, where
yeah, thank you.
you're running a haunted chocolate factory, which sounds fun. So,
That sounds interesting. Sure.
but yeah, Stardew Valley.
All
Who
right.
who would have thought?
Oh, only the
Fun.
freshest games
Yeah,
here
right.
on the Nomads of Fantasy, right?
I got even more fresh stuff for you on my next go around, so
Okay.
just you wait.
Well, here, let me throw this one out at you. It's another new one, newish. Star Wars: The Acolyte.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
This has just came out at the beginning of June and ended, mid July sometime. 8 episodes. Star Wars show set at the end of the franchise's High Republic era, 100 years before Episode 1, Phantom Menace. So
So
no Skywalker shit. That's all way in the
this
future.
is the earliest on-screen Star Wars thing that we've seen so far.
That's true.
In the timeline.
But
yeah.
I mean, 100 years in the grand scope of things, everything looks pretty much the fucking same. It's just
they got different robes. Like some of the architecture's a little different. But
yeah, some of the technology that they have, some stuff like that. So it is kind of like an action crime drama kind of to start, and then I think it turns into more of an action adventure or mystery adventure. I don't know what you want to call it towards the second half of the season.
I was hoping that it would stay that fun, like mystery crime drama type thing, because I was enjoying that in like the first 2 episodes, and then it just kind of shifts to like, I mean, again, I'm not even like halfway through yet. I've been trying to get through it, but every time I go to watch it, I just fall asleep because the episodes that I'm on are kind of boring.
Because it's some of them are a little slow. So this one, you're following a Jedi Master investigating a series of crimes that brings him in contact with his old Padawan. Sinister forces are revealed, yada, yada, yada. You have Amandla Stenberg as Osha and May, which are twins. So she plays both of them, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then Lee Jung Jae from Squid Games, the main character from Squid Games.
Yeah.
He is in it as Master Soul, and then the other guy,
which is the best character.
Yeah, and then there's a couple other guys. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a couple other.
The guy from The Good Place.
Good characters. Carrie Ann Moss is in here.
Do you watch The Good Place?
No.
You didn't watch The Good Place?
I thought it was good. I like Ted Danson. Is that Ted Danson?
Yeah, Ted Danson's in there. Yeah. But I forgot the guy's name in the show. Quimir, whatever his name is. He's from The Good Place. And it's weird seeing him in this.
Jacinto.
Yeah. It's weird seeing him in here because in The Good Place he's like a complete goofball.
Yeah, he was the other one I wanted to mention because he is fucking great in this show too. So those 3 are really killers. I don't know. I wish I don't know what I was gonna expect out of it because I didn't know that it was like this crime drama when I was going into it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't expect certain stories to go the way they did. I'm not spoiling this for anybody.
I think I might have got spoiled on one thing, but I'm not going to bring it up just because I don't want to spoil it for anybody else.
We would never do that to somebody else. But I think it's a little slow in the first half. It picks up a lot in the second half. It gets way more interesting. The ending still had me like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Why? There's a lot of.
Is it what the fuck in a good way or a bad way?
Not a great way.
Okay.
It's like it's in the middling way. But like the reason that people make decisions and the coincidental way that things happen sometimes, it's a fucking Star Wars show.
Yoda shows up
all the time.
Yoda is alive in this era.
Just keep watching.
Did I? I'm gonna laugh if Yoda fucking shows up.
No, he just starts jumping around like in fucking
young Yoda. Hell yeah, let's go.
Hey, you never know. 100 years younger. That's a lot.
I was gonna say, what is he like? 800 years old.
Tread on the tires,
right?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, as a Star Wars fan, I'd probably give it like a 7.5.
See,
ish.
That doesn't make me want to keep watching though.
Like a 7.5, maybe an 8. I don't know. I give the first half of the season a 7 and the second half of the season a 8.
Better than Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
It's got more lightsabers and stuff in it. It doesn't have the friggin' Chrome Rider biker gang. So
in terms of the way you're talking, it seems like you said, that it gets better in the second half. Boba Fett was kind of like just middling the whole way through.
Mm-hmm. There was a holy shit episode that I watched. I was just like on the edge of my seat, and I was like eyes wide and just like all the cool shit that was going on.
Yeah, that makes me
there
excited
is one of those episodes. So It's definitely worth it. But
I'll finish it.
if you
It's just
start it,
slow.
you gotta see the story to the end, and then you'll
I mean, there's only 8
be ready.
episodes, right?
Yeah, this season.
Oh, oh.
This.
Well, it's
Yeah,
weird because
they'll
like
fucking be back. We can't let it.
these Star Wars projects that they've been doing, I'm expecting them just to be like one-off series because a lot of them haven't been successful. Like like Obi-Wan, like Book of Boba Fett.
All the tie-ins all feel clunky.
And it's just like, yeah, they just kind of fucking shit it out and then nothing ever comes of it. So like I would be interested to have like a recurring Star Wars series if they can go somewhere interesting with the story. Something like this makes more sense because it is detached from like the Skywalker saga stuff, which I mean, they could always bring it in at some point, but from my impressions now, it's detached from that stuff. So like they could go other places with the story instead of having to end up back like where they always do at like, you know, the start of A New Hope or fucking, you know, somewhere in there.
Yeah, this the ending I don't want to be terribly down on it. And like I do have hope for the second season. Like they could do some fucking cool shit.
Have they confirmed there's a season 2 or is it just the way it ended?
Just the way that it ended, I think that there's going to be another one. There's got to be. Plus the way Star Wars goes these days, like if anything catches a little spark, like they're going to run with it for a while. So
I mean, have the general impressions been good overall? Like
it's got an 80 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
And a 4 out of 10 on IMDb.
4 out of 10.
Google users, 31% like this show.
Christ. Okay.
So it's not great.
Yeah.
Out there, it's got some merit, but it's got some work to do.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I try and see the good out of it because I'm gonna watch it Star Wars stuff anyways.
I'm gonna watch it too, but
I'm trying not to shit all over it. But you know, is it more Star Wars good Star Wars? I don't know.
At this point, I'm not sure if that's the case anymore. It's
make
tough.
Solo too.
Yeah,
make another Solo movie. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Star Wars Acolyte. I would watch that too before anything gets spoiled on you.
I'll keep watching. I'll get through it eventually. Just some of the stuff you said has me excited just for some of the upcoming episodes, but
it's worth watching, even if it's meh in some parts. So.
Yeah.
Cool. What else do you got over there?
So
one left over here.
I got one, and then it's a silly little one after. This one is so I don't know, a couple months ago. At this point, I don't know how long ago it was. Maybe like 6 months or so. Apple lifted their restrictions on emulators in their app store.
Yeah.
So Delta was the big one that was going around for like that they put out on the App Store, which can emulate a lot of Nintendo stuff. It's like I think it's like all Nintendo cores, like NES through Nintendo DS.
Delta, it's called.
It's called Delta.
Okay.
So it's like NES, Super Nintendo. I don't know if N64 is on there. GBA, like all the handheld stuff up to Nintendo DS. So I've been downloading a couple different things, but the big one that got me was the DS emulator, which I know you haven't had much experience with any of the the DS handhelds or anything like that.
I was a portable system deprived child growing up. I never had anything portable.
Not even like a Game Boy?
No. No. DS seems cool though. Is it? I obviously double screen, but was the top one touch? Neither of them were touch
dual
screen, right?
Yeah, the top one was just a regular screen. The bottom was the touch screen with the stylus.
Okay.
So the way they do it on the phone is, I mean, you can have it either vertical, where you have like the DS, the regular screen on top.
Makes vertical gaming on your phone actual
exactly. It's fun, and you have the like virtual gamepad or whatever. But the games that I've been looking at mostly are like touchscreen only games, because they had a lot of those on the DS because they wanted to make use of the touchscreen. That was like its whole gimmick.
Yeah. That's cool.
So like there's like different skins you can download. So I've been using a skin that just completely gets rid of the interface with the buttons, and it's just like full full screen on both of the screens, and then I actually bought a stylus from Amazon that I can use on my phone to use
Okay.
with the games. But the main one I've been playing is Picross 3D, which I don't know. Have you ever played
Okay.
like a Picross game?
It's like a puzzle game, is
Yeah,
that the Sudoku one or is it like the blocks?
yeah, it's like with the rows where you have to figure out which like spaces to X out, and then at the end it makes a picture. It's like a basically like a number puzzle, but with Picross 3D, it's the same idea, but in 3 dimensions. So you're basically making
Eric,
a 3D model like by taking the blocks away and stuff.
I
It's
heard something about Picross like recently, and I downloaded a game on my Android phone called Voxelgram, which I
oh
think is a
shit, that's
same ripoff of the
Picross 3D.
same thing.
It sounds
Yours
yeah
sounds
very
yours sounds
similar,
more legit than mine, but no, that's cool.
but
That's
yeah.
the main one you've been playing. It seems like a nice, relaxing, like Zen kind of
Yeah, it's
puzzle.
perfect because we were talking about, with our Netflix games episode, these mobile games that you can play on the toilet. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes of gameplay and then you can just put it down. These puzzles are perfect because you can do a puzzle while you're fucking sitting on the toilet or drinking your coffee and then just put it away and fucking pick it back up the next time. So it's been
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
it's been super fun and super cool. And also, if you have I was really impressed because I have the Backbone controller,
Yes.
and I was wondering if that would work with it, and it does. Like I connected it, and it instantly recognized it. There was no setup required or anything. Like I plugged it in, and I could play the games right away
Oh, that's
on
super
the
cool.
emulator. So like it was seamless. It was really cool, and I was really impressed with how easy it was. But this is kind of like opening up a world to like all the because I had a DS when I was a kid, but I had a very limited library of games and games that I never really knew about. And DS library is huge, so like it's opening up this whole library of games that I never
Yeah.
really had before. So
Well, you
and I got
said
it right on
it's
my
got
phone.
like Game Boy Advance on there too.
Yep, it's got
Some of the
Game
other
Boy
ones.
Advance, Super Nintendo, NES, and DS. I think
My
that's all of them.
kid was telling me, well, you know what I want for Christmas? I'm like, what? You want like a new Nintendo Switch? And he's like, no, I want a Game Boy Advance. And I'm like, really? Because he just wants to play old Pokemon games. That's the
Uh,
whole reason for it. Is he wants an
dude, yeah,
old Game Boy to play Pokemon on. So getting like maybe a little tablet and just throwing Delta on there
that's a good
might
idea.
be a
And
good
with that,
answer.
you could probably connect like a Bluetooth controller to it too, and just play that way. Like it would, yeah, that is a good idea.
Well, I'm looking on my phone in the Google store. Oh, and I see it's pulling up Delta Airlines,
I
so I'll
think
have
it's
to figure it
only
out.
on iOS.
Is it?
I believe so.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not seeing it over here. Oh, well, that's disappointing.
But yeah, I was just impressed
That's
by how good the emulation is on the phone. I mean, it's an iPhone, so I mean it's
uh,
decently powerful. It can run all
do
those old games.
you had a DS when you were a kid,
Yeah, I mean, I had
so
like I
you know
said,
all of these games. You
I
played the Zeldas and the
yeah, I played like the there's like the Phantom Hourglass and like Spirit Tracks and stuff. Those are the DS ones. But yeah, I've been more interested in games that I heard about but I hadn't actually played yet. So like
hmm,
yeah, and I do actually still have like a 3DS, like a physical 3DS, and I could buy some DS games, but like those are harder to come by these days. So like this is a good solution for a lot of games that I missed out on.
hmm. Yeah,
And
this sounds like a good idea.
like the touchscreen works perfectly on the phone for the bottom screen, so it's very cool.
Huh. It sounds very cool. I love all this new techie random stuff that you stumble across.
Yeah, yeah, it's been fun.
Good to keep me in the loop. All right, I want to talk about something, but can I grab a beer real quick?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go
Give me
for it.
2 seconds. If somebody wants to tell us any game recommendations or they want to send us any ideas or movies to watch on social, how would they go about that?
Oh, that's a good transition, Dave. I'll tell you that right now. If you want to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, X, you can follow us at Nomads of Fantasy. The best place is to join our Discord, the nomadsoffantasy.com/Discord. We got all kinds of people chatting in there about games, movies, all the latest, hottest stuff. So drop your suggestions in there. But Dave is back
Go
with his
play some
beer.
What Map game.
Well, whatmapgame.com. Now I don't have to do it at
forget.
the. Now I don't have to do all that shit at the end of the show. Send it.
Yeah, see? Boom, we're good. When I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, there was a sale on Xbox actually recently. They had
Okay.
their big summer spotlight sale or whatever. And finally, I bit the bullet on Marvel Midnight Suns.
Ooh.
This is one I've been like eyeballing forever because I will play just about anything Marvel.
I want to hear your take on this because it was on. I think they recently had it on PlayStation Plus, so I claimed it. I haven't played it yet, and you and I both like strategy card deck builder type games, so I want to hear your take on this game.
Well, I've been quite interested. I didn't know that it had the card aspect to it, but essentially there's a lot of cutscenes in this. So there's a lot of like story going into this. I didn't really know anything about the Midnight Suns. I don't know if they're in the comic books or not.
Yeah.
They talk about Lilith and some stuff like that. I don't really remember her from any books, but it's essentially like a XCOM game, except every character has a set of cards that they bring into combat with them, and you can level up those cards and, kind of synergize some of those cards. I'm not terribly far into it, but it seems like as you do all sorts of weird stuff, not weird stuff, you do random things with like the other heroes, because you're just like some hero that was 100 years old that was sleeping and we resurrected you, and hey, now you're here.
Convenient.
Hang out with Blade and go fucking.
Well, aren't you like building up relationships with the other like heroes and shit?
Yeah, in between missions, you're like watching a movie with this sorcerer chick, Nico Moro or something. I think she's Moro's daughter or something like that. And like, is her name Magic? But
don't ask me.
She's in there. Colossus's sister. She's floating around in there, but you got your Iron Man, you got your Spider-Man, you got your Doctor Stranges, but it's got the weirdness where, have you played the other Avengers game that came out by, was it Ubisoft?
Yes, I did not play it. Yeah, that was a Square
Enix. Yeah. Well, that one had a thing where you're used to the movie versions of the characters, and then you get like these other versions of the characters that you have to like get used to and kind of like believe they are as they are. I'm having a tough time with this one so far. I think I just need to play it a little bit more because I'm only a couple hours in.
How's the acting and stuff, voice acting?
It seems all right. Like it's nothing crazy. It's not like super polished. Like it's one of those ones where like you're walking around like the little open world that they give you to like walk around and talk to people and explore your area that you're in. But like your character has like two speeds where it's like you just move it and he just walks, or you move it a little bit more and then he just runs, just like straight. Like it's got a little bit of clunkiness like that to it, but that's not the meat and potatoes of it. The meat and potatoes is like the combat engine and the cards and system and the play that they have off with each other. So I'm still getting into that. I'm still unlocking a lot of the basic shit in the beginning, so I'm not terribly far into it. But it like a souped up version of XCOM with like a card based system is a pretty good definition of what I've seen so far. But it's just getting used to the new characters, getting used to the voices that go with people, because like Tony Stark is just like, he looks like his dad in the movies. It's just like hair back with a big ass mustache.
Right.
He's talking like a freaking.
It's not Robert Downey Jr.
No, I mean, who really is? Or Dr. Doom, you mean?
Yeah, right.
Getting used to some of these other characters, getting used to a lot of these like random side people that they'll pull in, or like just getting me caught up with the story and stuff like that. But it's fun so far. It's definitely worth it. $15 and I paid for it. It hasn't come out. Well, it came out 2022.
Yeah, it's a couple years old at this point.
It's not terribly old, but it's
it's always seemed like something that I would like because I mean, I'm into the turn-based strategy stuff. I'm
Hmm.
into deck builder stuff. So like it seems like a combination and I like Marvel stuff. So like seems like a good combination that I would, like it. So
Yeah,
I'll end up checking it out, especially cuz like I said, I like own it essentially through
it's
PlayStation
on
Plus.
PlayStation. Yeah,
So I should check it out.
yeah. Just gotta, you don't want to start anything new when you got other games to clean up, or if you're trying to.
Yeah, I've
That's
been
the thing I run into. I've been since the Fallout show ended. I've been back into Fallout 76, and I've got my Fallout First membership going every month. So I feel like I have an obligation to go in and play the game. So
right.
I'm spending $12 a month on it.
I'm like, yeah, I'm all over the place. I downloaded an app. It's like a game tracking app to like track my backlog and stuff to try to. There's so many games that I either started and like got halfway through and didn't finish, or like that I've been meaning to get back to that I, just kind of wanted to keep track of which ones I was juggling up in the air. There's so many different ones. So yeah, I downloaded the app and put all the games in there that I want to play and get back to soon. And like I kept adding games and like this is like 30, 40 games. Like I'm
it
not.
doesn't pull them from your account. You just gotta add them
Yeah, I
manually.
just add them manually. But I didn't want to pull everything in from my account because like I wanted to focus on a certain set of games that I'm like, I know I started these and I know I want to go back and finish them, but I just
Hmm.
need to organize this in a way because
Harry Potter.
yeah, exactly.
Like
Like
there's just so like games you can't don't even remember right now.
right. Like you can mark which ones like you're playing currently or like have in progress or completed and stuff like that. But like I don't know. I feel like I tried to make that, downloaded that to make myself more organized, but I feel like that made me more overwhelmed by all the games that I'm like, "Oh
Because
shit,
you
I
see
want to get
like
back to all these."
30 hours, 40 hours, 60 hours. You
Yeah,
just
I'm like,
see you see blocks of times instead of games.
I know I'm like 2/3 of the way through like, like Ghost of Tsushima. I'm like 2/3 of the way through that, but I haven't picked it up in so long. Here's the Kingdom. I'm close to the end, but I just never picked it back up and finished it. Like stuff like that. I'm like, I need to get back to those, but
Tears of the Kingdom. God damn it, you just reminded me. Like
no, no. I
pile
did
of
the
shame, and here I am starting Midnight Suns.
I did the same thing with Breath of the Wild. Like I played through most of it, and then I took like 2, 3 years off, and then I went back and finished it. So
That's
I
a
think I'm
fucking
gonna
break right
I
there.
think I'm gonna do the same thing with Tears of the Kingdom. It seems like, but I want to get back to it
Oh,
sooner than later because
you're
like
savoring the flavor because once you finish it, you feel like,
right,
am I gonna go back to this game with all these other games that I have to finish again, or like, am I satisfied in what I got out of the
right.
4 years that I played this game?
And you want to keep up on like new stuff that's coming out too, and like I can't even tell
Hmm.
you like I'm still subscribed to Game Pass, but I haven't played a Game Pass game in like months. So like
Hey,
it's just like I'm seeing all these games that are coming out. I'm just like I could play you, but I could also play these 30 other games that I haven't finished yet.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So the
Me and Brandon were
constant
just playing some
constant
Overwatch
struggle.
the other night, and I'm like, we're still playing Overwatch, like,
Right? Yep.
still in the rotation. It makes its way. So,
Which I'm interested in, speaking of Overwatch and Marvel, I'm interested in Marvel Rivals, which is like that Overwatch
yeah, that's over on the
Marvel
Switch.
team shooter
So
thing.
is it just Switch and PC
I don't
or
know.
Switch and phone?
I don't know. I would have to look. I thought that was coming to more stuff. They had the similar thing, like a team-based shooter with Star Wars Hunters. That's mobile and Switch. But they just had like a closed beta for Marvel Rivals. And I
Oh,
was
it says PlayStation 5 and Xbox.
yeah. So when that comes out, I'd be interested in checking that out. Sure.
I didn't know that this would had made the jump.
Yep. Oh.
So many games. All right. Well, what else you got left? I think I'm spent here.
I got a last thing. It's just a quick dumb thing. It's not a game or anything. It's an IRL thing. Uh,
Oh.
I played disc golf for the first time, and I had a fucking
Oh,
great
nice.
time. My
All right. All right.
my brother had been getting really into it with his wife, so he was like, yeah, you should play with us sometime. So this
It's good to
past
have somebody to kind of walk you through the
right.
steps.
And like I love traditional golf, and it's very a lot of the same principles transfer over to disc
Mm-hmm.
golf because like we went on Sunday. There's a disc golf course right down the street from my house. It's like a 5-10 minute walk,
Oh, damn.
and like a park down the street. So we went there, and yeah, he was walking me through like some of the techniques that they use and how to throw the frisbee and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, a lot of the same principles apply here. The scoring system's the same as regular golf. So like I already had like one foot in the door of interest in disc golf, but like that first time playing was so fun that I'm like after that I went to Amazon and bought like a starter set of discs and like a bag to carry around. So that's
Okay.
gonna be a new hobby for me for sure. Cause like
Absolutely. I would love to join you one of these days
it's fun, man. It
if I
is.
can get out there.
I was surprised by how fun it was. Cause yeah, I was like, you're just throwing frisbees, right? It's not that fun, but like,
But you still get that golf serenity where like you're in the middle of the
yes,
course, it's out in nature, you just hear birds and there's
and
grass and it's nice.
it's even less pressure than traditional golf too, because you don't have like people bumping up behind you on the previous hole waiting for you to shoot. You don't have. There's no like specific rules and regulations for the course or whatever. You just go out there and fucking hang out and
Just fucking
throw some
chucking discs,
frisbees.
bro.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, that and like finding your ball is always a pain in the ass in
Oh,
golf.
yeah,
Finding your
100%.
frisbee has got to be way easier. You're looking for a big
Well,
old pink disc, like
there was a couple times where I did shoot it into the fucking woods.
yep.
And yeah, it was so much easier to find than a tiny ass golf ball. So, yeah, it was fun. So I'll be
That's
doing that. There's
that is definitely cool because I mean, you're getting older. Everybody knows how to throw a frisbee too.
right.
So
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely techniques, certain techniques to do, but like it's pretty cool.
I want to
And
get a cage for my backyard.
that would be fun. And
That's the
they're like $100. They're not even that expensive.
hmm.
But there's like at least like 2 or 3 other courses within like 5 or 10 minutes driving distance of me. So I'm surprised by how many like disc golf courses there are. They're usually in like public parks and stuff. So like if you're interested in disc golf, check your local park, and they probably do have a disc golf course.
Is it disc golf or you can call it frolf?
Golf, frisbee golf, Ralph.
Yeah, yeah. Is that like we don't play frolf around here. Like,
No,
it's the difference between football and soccer.
yeah, right. But yeah, no, it's fun. I had a good time throwing some discs, trying to
Yeah.
get it in a hole.
Hey, if you want to make a frolf day, you just let me know. I'll get out there on the course.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Crack some brews. And I won't smash my golf cart into anything. Just
Dude, yeah.
chuck a disc.
And like there was like when we went there, it wasn't busy at all. Like there was a couple other people, but like you didn't feel pressured, to go faster or anything like that. You don't have to make a tee time. You can just walk on the course and fucking start throwing discs.
Yeah, and there's always like when you got a group behind you and you're setting up to like hit
Yeah,
hit a golf ball, you're going to tee off and you got like 8 people behind you just like
exactly.
watching you. Like
And
that
they're judging your
is
shot. Like,
oh my god, it is the worst.
yep. And then you shank it. Fuck.
Okay,
Mulligan.
don't worry, it happens all the time.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm used to it. No
Yeah.
big deal.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Cool.
But
Well, I
that
think
was all I
that's
had.
it.
Yep.
We're gonna be watching Die Hard 3 to continue our summer year of Bruce.
Right.
Summer it's a whole year of Bruce. You can't just
Whole
fit
year.
Bruce into a summer.
Well, we've
And
had Looper so far and then Sin City, I think. So
then Sin City, and there was another one in there, I think. I don't remember.
I think it was just Looper and Sin City. So we got to get going on more Bruce.
Start cramming in some Bruce.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Start cramming in some Bruce. We'll cram them by the end of the
Add
year.
to the list.
Yep.
Sweet. All right. Why don't you get us out of here?
Well, I said the social stuff. Follow us on the socials. Discord, definitely. nomadsoffantasy.com
Yeah, come
/Discord.
visit.
You can watch the YouTube videos, youtube.com/nomads youtube.com /@nomads of fantasy. That's correct.
It's just Nomads
Just
everywhere.
Google
Just
the Nomads of Fantasy, you'll find us. But
yeah.
definitely Discord is the place to hang out if you want to hang out with them. So until next time, as always, safe travels, Nomad.
Please out.